Kasandra. I'm here at work. Thought I'd take a few minutes to kind of talk with you guys. I want to talk about some things that we're going through right now. Sometimes in life things hit us and they hit us hard, and so hard that it breaks us. Whether it be, say, a divorce or a loss of a job. A lot are going through that right now. Financial problems, or a death, or a diagnosis such as cancer. No matter how strong we may feel or how strong we may think we are, at some point in our lives, we're going to feel broken. A lot of times when we break things, material things, we tend to think, oh, we'll just replace those. We'll get a new one. So we'll throw them out. Say a vase were to fall off of a shelf or a stool were to break, we just throw them in the trash. No big deal. If we feel like we have a broken life, a broken relationship, then we're worthless. Let's throw the relationships away, whether it be a friend or marriage. We'll just get a new one. Well, a lot of this sometimes makes us all feel worthless. How many of us have been broken? I'd venture to say all of us at one point or another, whatever it may be. Today I want to talk about being broken. Everyone goes through the tough times. And everyone gets broken. Just as if a ceramic piece were to fall off of a shelf, it's most likely going to be broken. But instead of throwing away, I want to tell you about a Japanese art. It's called kintsugi. This art is the art of putting pottery pieces back together with a precious metal such as gold. It takes every little unique crack and fills with gold. It's built on the idea that strength and beauty can come out of imperfections. Embracing our flaws can create us even stronger, and it can create a more beautiful piece of art. Every break, as I said, is unique. Every little crack is a scar, and it's part of the design. Using this as a metaphor for healing ourselves teaches us the important lesson of kintsugi. It teaches that broken objects are not sometimes need to be hidden, but to display it with pride. Sometimes in the process of repairing things that have been broken, we actually create something more unique. Just like our lives are more unique. It's beautiful and resilient. Just as the shimmering gold that's used for the kintsugi is putting all the pieces back together, we need to let God be our gold. He needs to put us all back together because we are more valuable to Him than any broken. Because we are broken, we need to let God heal us. We should always try and repair things. Sometimes when we do that, we become more valuable. God's always got a reason for what we go through, no matter what our trials are. He's got a reason for us to go through. We may not see it now, but He's got a reason. Each of us have to look for ways to cope with traumatic events, such as what we're going through right now. Not being able to spend time together, having to stay away from our church family and all. We need to take the best part and learn from our mistakes. Learn from what's going on in today's world. Each one of those things make us unique. You see, church pews are filled with broken people. Well, not right now they're not, but they all are. They're all desperately trying to hide their brokenness, their bruises, their cracks, their scars. In Psalms 31:12 it says, I am forgotten as though I were dead. I have become like broken pottery. But our God is a God of restoration. One of the many Hebrews names of God is Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. In Exodus 15:26, we find the Jehovah who heals his people of physical and spiritual ailments. Rather than tossing people aside, or pottery aside in this instance, he restores them and he makes them new again. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. We're reminded in Psalms 147:3. Isn't it time that we embrace our scars and our hurts? It's through the healing of them that the world sees Jesus. The right circumstances at the wrong time can break the best of us, just as it were to break a pottery piece. We all have been dropped, shattered, and broken in some way of life. But thanks be to God, He is our gold that binds us all back together. He makes us whole. He restores us because of His life, death and resurrection, our life. Death, brokenness, and resurrection gives us the ability to tell His story through our lives and our brokenness. You can have scars instead of open wounds. And He doesn't just bind you up, He binds you together with the gold that is His life. We need to allow Christ to heal the wounds of our brokenness. Because of what we have gone through, because of what we have endured, because of our brokenness, pain, and being shattered, we can now be restored if we just allow Christ to be our goal. There are 3 things I want to leave you with. 1, let this remind you to embrace the symmetry of life. When an object breaks, it rarely does evenly. Nothing is put back together without little cracks, breaks, and sometimes even parts can be missing. But if we use or let God fill in those spots, we can be put back together. Also, second, it reminds us to be more resilient oriented than goal oriented. It makes us stronger if we just allow Christ to put us back together. And last, it reminds us that if you break something, it's not the end of the world. All things can be healed through Christ. Right now, you may be going through a personal rough time. I know our world is going through a rough time right now. You won't realize your full potential until you go through the tough times in life. It reminds me of a scripture that I've tried to memorize by heart since the beginning of the year. And it's James 1:2-4. Consider it a great joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of the faith produces perseverance, and perseverance matures and completes you as a person. So whatever you may be going through right now, just remember the kintsugi Japanese art. It's over 400 years old. I have a few pictures of them. I hope they come across pretty well. It's very beautiful to me, and I want you to remember, if you're broken, let God heal you. Let Him be your gold in your pottery. I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope this has encouraged you in some way or another. Bye. Be safe until now. And the reason I decided to do this here is because every day I come to work and pray that I'm able to help one person with cancer heal their brokenness in some way or another. Love you. Bye.